What's up everyone, this is Winter Alliance and I'm back with another video. So today I just got the upgrade to Reason 8, which came out yesterday, and I've been messing around with it for a little bit and wanted to give you guys a quick overview of the new Softube guitar amplifiers. So I've already got some guitar tracks recorded. If I go ahead and open up my audio file, I can navigate over to the new browser window, click Effects, scroll down to Propellerhead, Software, click on the Softube amplifier, and then just drag and drop it into the rack view. So first, before I show you any sound demos, I'd like to right-click and initialize the patch. So if I go ahead and play you back the initialized preset, it actually sounds pretty good. It sounds like this. So right off the bat, you'll notice a substantial improvement between the Softube guitar amplifiers and the previous Line 6 amplifiers that were inside of Reason. So to give you a brief overview, there's three main sections of the amp. There's the amp head, which is just like the amp head in an actual amp. There's the cabinet, which is like the bottom half of the amp. And then there's this face section where we have a boost, gate, general just gain and EQ commands. And then we also have this power gain amp, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So just to review the sounds of the different amplifiers, I'm going to go ahead and just scroll through them as I play back through this guitar sample that I recorded a little bit earlier. So the first one, the twang one, sounds like this. So it has a nice soft sound to it, good for cleaner style guitars and more picking and stuff. This second one, crunch, is actually even lighter if you don't overdrive it too much with the gain knob, which is also good for plucked guitars. The third preset, the rock preset, is a lot more like a classic kind of rock guitar style amplifier, which can be overdriven a little bit more than the previous ones. It sounds like this. So it could be good for blues style guitar. Now this next one, the last one on the amps, is a nice lead guitar sound, which is considerably more crunchy than the other ones. So it almost sounds like it has a fuzz pedal or something on it. Now the final little switch on here is a bypass switch. So if you want to bypass the amp head and just deal with a cabinet, you can just click that switch and it'll do so. Now I'm just going to switch back to the twang setting before we move forward. So now the second section is where I feel that this amplifier really shines because the modeling that they did was fantastic. We have 4 different cabinets and they all have a slight reverb to them, just like if they were actually mic'd up and recorded your guitar sound in an actual room. So I'm just going to go ahead and scroll through these and then talk about them a little bit as I go. So the first one sounds like this. I'll just play the last one for you again. So they each have pretty individual sounds. My personal 2 favorite are the fat one because it has a nice fat sound to it, like the name would imply. And then this other one, which is the room setting, which has a really nice, really small sort of studio reverb to it that really sounds really great. So it sounds like this. So that one's really the one that I enjoy most. So now the third section of this amplifier is this face section. We have a gate that operates just like a normal noise gate. If you want to remove that noise that's at the beginning of these guitars I recorded, you could just increase this. And then it will remove that noise. So yeah, there's no more noise anymore. So you can just adjust this. It'll be individual settings depending on what your guitar is and how much noise that actually has. Alright, so this next button is actually quite cool. It's a boost knob just like you would have an overdrive distortion button on a lot of overdrive pedals that you can buy. It does the same type of thing. Alright, so for this next one, I'm going to go ahead and change it. I changed it to the twang setting, the fat setting on the cabinet, and I'm just going to increase the gain a little bit to show you this effect even more. So beforehand, it sounds like this. So there's not much distortion on that guitar, but whenever you turn up this boost button, it boosts the signal and overdrives it just like a boost pedal that you'd have like on a pedal board or something. So it sounds like this after the effect is applied. So a lot more bass and it's considerably more fat sounding. Now this next section is pretty self-explanatory. There's just a gain knob so you can overdrive the signal, a bass EQ, cut or boost bass, same for the mids, and same for the treble. But now the final knob that I find really interesting is this power amp gain. And this is where Softube's mathematical modeling really comes in and really does well. So I'm pretty sure at this point that this is simulating the effect of increasing the amount of power that's going to the amplifier, but I could be wrong. But all you need to know from this is that all this does is increase the amount of distortion, especially whenever applied with this boost. It can really give your guitars a nice fat, kind of chunky sound, almost kind of like what Jack White sometimes does. So before boosting this, it sounds like this. So if I was to play that again. So again, I just can overdrive the signal even more. Alright guys, so that concludes my brief overview of the Softube guitar amp. I know I didn't really go in depth about programming patches. Again, I just got this and didn't really see any sort of overviews online that existed yet. I just figured I'd go ahead and make my own. So that's all for today. If y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below or just shoot me a message. And I will see you guys all next time.